Hello, friends. Welcome back to Get Happy, Be Fit. If you're watching the video version of this podcast on either YouTube or Instagram, you can see that I am very much in the Christmas spirit with my attire, and you will probably be seeing a lot of that through November and December because I love Christmas, y'all. And so if you are listening, make sure you check out the video versions of these podcasts. This one will come out in a couple of weeks on YouTube and Instagram, and you can see, just to give you a visual, today I am wearing a Christmas kitty onesie. Today, we are going to be talking about not sweating the small stuff. If you're anything like I used to be when I was trying super hard to lose weight, you've probably tried some random things you heard about from articles, websites, and influencers that either promise to help you lose weight or promise that they would give you that edge you needed to finally start seeing the results you want to see. I've said before, there are no magic foods or diets, but for a long time, that was what I was searching for. And y'all, I have tried some crazy things in the past. I've taken all kinds of pills and supplements, done digestive cleanses, yeast eliminating cleanses, weight loss teas, and daily cleanse drinks. I've done HIIT every day. I've done intermittent fasting. I've done fasted cardio. I've eaten strictly organic. I've eliminated fruit. I've done every crash diet known to man. And I did all of this because I was struggling so badly to lose weight, and I was grasping at anything I could that could be the answer. And honestly, trying all of these things caused a lot of stress, mostly because when you're researching these things, the people who are talking about them are extremely adamant about how it worked for them, and not doing these things could be what is stopping you from losing weight, or that you'll never be able to reach your goals unless you are doing these things. And a lot of this stuff is inconvenient, uncomfortable, and difficult to do on a daily basis, which is unsustainable. And as we know, if it's not sustainable, we will not continue doing it long term. So our results will not be long term. So we're going to talk about some of the things that I've heard people doing, or some of the things that I've done myself that people think will give them this magical answer to their weight loss issues. One of the ones that I've heard a lot is eating organic, which some people say is much healthier for you. Not all studies point to that, but as we know, studies evolve as we gain more knowledge. So if you feel more comfortable eating strictly organic, then absolutely do it. But y'all, being organic does not change the caloric value of the food. So when looking at weight loss, organic or not does not make a difference. So if it's just weight loss you're worried about, don't worry if what you're eating is organic or not. Next on the list is magical drinks. Anytime you hear weight loss tea or fat burning tea, this is a huge red flag. There is no tea that burns fat in and of itself. I remember reading an article when I was in my early 20s about a study that said people who drink green tea tend to be thinner. It went on to talk about properties in green tea that are quote unquote fat burning. But there are no fat-burning ingredients or properties in anything that you can ingest. It's all about energy in and energy out. If something has caffeine in it, it can give you extra energy, which will usually make you more active, and that can help you burn more calories. But if you sat all day after drinking caffeine, there would be no significant added caloric burn. Now that I am older and wiser, I know that the person who wrote that article was probably looking for anything that they could write about in order to meet a deadline or keep the content of the magazine going. Essentially, their job was on the line. They had to do their job, and I'm sure they cared more about that than whether or not green tea would actually help someone lose weight. Years after I read that particular article, I heard how drinking matcha would aid in fat loss. That yes, drinking regular green tea helps, but what really gives the edge is matcha. There will always be a new thing to push because people are always looking for that magical thing that will help them lose weight, and someone will always try to make money off of that. I will say drinking tea and other non-caloric fluid like water and coffee can curb hunger and they hydrate you, which are great things, but they do not directly burn fat. If you lose weight drinking green tea, it is because your energy expenditure changed and you probably eliminated some excess water weight, not because tea is magical. Now, I'm not bashing green tea or matcha. I love both of these things and they are both very healthy things to drink, but don't force yourself to drink something you hate because someone said it would help you lose weight. That rhymed. Something else I did for a long time and still do occasionally was drink apple cider vinegar, lemon, and honey in hot water in the morning. An influencer I followed called this his fat burning drink and that everyone should drink this first thing in the morning. He said these ingredients help you burn more fat. Not true, but I found that the apple cider vinegar was great for me specifically because it helps with kidney health, specifically kidney stones, which I get occasionally. The lemon is also helpful for kidney health, and honey has health benefits as well. I also like the taste, so even though it does not make me lose fat, it is beneficial for me, just like green tea and matcha can be beneficial, but do not burn fat or calories in and of themselves. I also read an article about 7 years ago, I think, that talked about HIIT or high intensity interval training, cardio, and how it would make all the difference in your quest to lose weight because you burn more calories during and at rest afterwards. It said things like, stop wasting your time running and doing steady state cardio, implying that HIIT is the only cardio worth doing because it's the only thing that works. So then I felt like I had to do HIIT and everything else was pointless. So if I didn't feel like doing a HIIT workout, but I may have had the energy to go for a long walk instead, I wouldn't go for the walk or do HIIT because the thing I wanted to do, or at least would have been willing to do, felt like wasted energy because it wouldn't help anything anyway. But looking at the actual studies about HIIT cardio, the difference in the amount of calories you burn at rest afterwards is so negligible. I think about the only time it would have a noticeable difference would be if someone had only 1 or 2% body fat left to lose, and they had only been doing super light, steady state cardio for a long time, so adding HIIT created that extra jump in activity that put them back in a caloric deficit. But that could happen with any new, more intense activity that you add into your routine because you would be burning more calories in general, not just because it was HIIT. It would really be better and more beneficial to do something you enjoy than to force yourself to do something you hate because it might help you burn a tiny bit more calories in a day. There are benefits to every type of cardio, not just HIIT. Another thing I have stressed about, and that I know other people stress about sometimes, is what time of day is best to work out. This stressed me out for a long time because I heard a lot of conflicting studies. Some said, do your cardio fasted in the morning and your weights at night. Some said, do your weights in the morning and your cardio right after, or do your weights in the morning and your cardio later in the day. Some say don't do cardio and weights on the same day. Some say do your cardio fasted. Some say don't do it fasted. Some say do your weights fasted. Some say don't do your weights fasted. It was bonkers. But again, when you really look at the studies, the differences are so negligible and they vary based on the groups of people who participated in them. So I came to the conclusion a long time ago that the important thing is getting my workouts in, not what time of day I do them. There's one last thing I'm going to talk about that I did for a long time that honestly may have had some health benefits, but looking back, I'm like, did I really think that was going to help me lose weight? Was I that desperate? And the answer is yes. I clearly was that desperate. Fair warning, this is something that may go into the TMI category. And now that you have been warned, I used to consistently do coffee enemas. Why did I do these? Because I read about a plethora of health benefits and heard from super skinny naturopathic health enthusiasts how much it helped keep your weight down. They talked about how it gives you energy and it cleans you out and the caffeine gets into your system without going through your liver, so it's easier on your body, etc., etc. Also, and probably the most ridiculous reason that I did this was that when Ozzy Osbourne's son, his name escapes me right now, but he had lost a bunch of weight. And he cited coffee enemas as one of the reasons he was able to lose so much weight. So that's why I tried it. There may be some health benefits to doing coffee enemas, and it probably does cause a little bit of weight loss, not fat loss, because it does help cleanse your colon. But again, that's weight loss, not fat loss, and we want fat loss. So if you are constantly searching for something that will help you lose weight, if you're looking for that magical pill or drink, Know that none of these things are magic, and there's no one right way to reach your goals. And there's no one effective way. So many people reach their goals doing different things and in different ways. You have to find what works for you. So don't sweat the small stuff. The tiny details are not important. Creating something that is effective and sustainable for you will be the only thing that gives you that edge you're looking for. And don't let the fear of doing the wrong thing keep you from doing anything, because something is always better than nothing. All right, that's all for today.